Today we're actually going to learn how to create curved text. I know you are all very excited about that. And so if we look at my cylinder from the sides, we can see that my text is curved nicely around it. And you're probably wondering, how did I do this magic? Well, it is not magic, and you're going to do it today. First, I am going to get rid of what I created. Oops, here's my curved text, by the way. So you can see what it looks like from the side. And I'm going to get rid of that too. And then I will show you how I did it. Okay, the first thing that I did was I dragged a cylinder out on my canvas, on my work plane, sorry, and I made it 50 by 50, and it is 50 high. So that makes it pretty easy. So again, 50 by 50 and 50 high. So I'll take a moment to have you do that. The thing that I did was I dragged in the text and I changed the text to my name, Julia, and then I resized the text so that it is 10 by 30. So I'm going to wait a second for you to do that. Again, 10 by 30. The next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to use the view cube so that I can look at my name from the side, click on it, and if I look at it from the side, I can see that arrow which will allow me to turn it 90 degrees. There we go. So now it is parallel to my cylinder. I'd like you to try and do that. So if I turn it this way, it is now facing in the same direction as my cylinder. I'll wait a moment until you do that. Again, you're turning it 90 degrees. You are not turning it with this one, because that would just turn it around in a circle. You are turning it on its side to look for the one that is going from left to right to turn it 90 degrees. I'll wait a moment until you do that. I'm going to look at my name and the cylinder from the side, and I can actually use my directional arrows on my keyboard to move it in, and then I can use the directional arrows, can move it in, and then use my black arrow to lift it up. And here is when it is a good idea to look overhead and look. I can see right now that it is not centered, so I'm going to move it. And so it should still be sticking out the front. I'm going to give you a moment. Really got to pay attention to this next one. I'm actually going to take the name and pull it through the back and the front. So watch first. So I'm going to take that, and it's going to actually come out the back. And so now I'm going to pull it from the front too. And you can make it about, let's say, I'm going to make it, let's look at it from here, about 85 millimeters long, cutting through the front and the back. So if I look at it overhead, and it doesn't really matter which end is the longer end sticking out, just so that they are both cutting through the front and the back. I'll give you a moment to do. Okay, the next thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to drag a box out on the work plane, and I'm going to make it so, size it so that it is larger than my cylinder. So just watch how I do this first. Okay. And I'm going to lift it in the front so that my text is still sticking out farther in the front than the box, but in the back the box is longer. I'm going to give you a moment to do that. Again, notice that the box is slightly shorter than my text in the front and longer in the back. See if you can do that. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I am going to move my work plane so I am looking at everything from the front, and then I am going to lift the box so it is slightly higher than my name. I'm going to give you a moment to do. The next thing I want you to do is click on the text and then hold down the shift key and click on the box. Okay. And then I want you to click group. So this is what it should look like right now, and the cylinder is not a part of that group. So let's see if you can do that. Okay, the next thing that you are going to do is you are going to click on the box and you're going to hold that. So let's see if you can do that. And then the next thing you're going to do is you're going to click on the cylinder, and then you are going to click duplicate, which is right here. See if you can do that. Okay, so now we have a duplication, even though you may not be able to see it. There are actually two cylinders there. So we're going to bring this one cylinder down. You can see there's another one there, so that it is down at the whole area. Looks like it's about 36 millimeters. If you make a mistake, undo and try it again. The original cylinder should still be its original height of 50. Try that. Notice my duplicated cylinder is still highlighted. I'm going to hold shift and click on the box. So I've got the duplicate and the box, and I'm going to group them together. So it should look like this. So you can see that my name is left here, and if I pull back my cylinder, you can see it is actually a curved version of my name, which I can use my directional arrows to move it forward so that it's curved in as far as I want it to be. Group it. And now if I use my view cube, I can see that I have a curved version of my name. Did it work? Let me know.